Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Well, I'm going to try to give this a try because I need to get something done. I took some stuff, dumped my bucket of metal because I'm not taking that to the scrapyard just yet. I still need to come up with the money for the other truck. Once I start using the other truck, paying for and all that, then I will go ahead, oops, sorry about that. Then I'll go ahead and start taking my buckets of metal in. But currently in this truck, I don't have the room. So, but I figure I might as well start taking this apart. I'm trying to do the best I can holding the camera. I'm trying to get it so what I decided to do with this thing is I do not have the tool to take this off, and I'm not going to go rent one. So after I get this valve and this and whatever else is attached that's aluminum that I can, then I'm just going to take that part to the scrapyard and turn it in for dirty aluminum. But there is a lot of good aluminum on here that I can take. You know, so ooh, that's not gonna work. It would have been nice, but of course I can't put all the same bolts on there. So let me just grab this. So, and I did clean that up. That's gonna be going to the scrapyard. Yeah, I am sorry about yesterday's video. Shortly after I started taking apart that AC unit right there, the gimbal decided to run low on battery juice and the camera went kind of crooked. And then this place where the sun was, you know, I probably won't get very many views on that because it's, you know, not a very good video. I just got a call from a friend who just put an alternator in his vehicle. So as soon as he gets done where he's at, he's gonna swing by my unit and he's gonna drop it off along with a computer. So see, I don't need to go and look for scrap. It comes to me. Scrap Kingdom, how do you do this? How do you work holding a phone. Huh? There, it's a 1/2 inch. I don't know how he does it. I do not know how he does it. I guess you have to be talented. Well, that sure in the hell ain't me. I am not talented at all. I have no talent. Unless you call pissing people off as a talent. I can do that quite well. Okay. So, I did take all the bolts off of the top. So let's see if it'll come apart. Probably not. Why? Because I'm doing it. Nothing for me wants to go right. Oh, by the way, here's an update. My arm is feeling a lot better. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. This is the first aluminum valve cover I've ever seen. But it's now clean. Well, hold on. Note to self, you cannot hold the camera and work. Let me hold. There we go. No, but I can hold the son of a bitch down and then pull. This one is gonna, I gotta get something to pry this out. I'll use it, but yeah, that's clean aluminum now. You know, so clean aluminum. Oh, actually, is it clean aluminum? It looks like clean aluminum. Let's see. Watch this probably be metal. Yep, that part right there is metal. So it's not 100% clean yet. So I gotta figure out how to get that off. I've never seen one like that. And I've been in the parts department for over 20 something years. But this is a Nissan. So I've never owned a Nissan. So yeah. So now all we have to do is somehow get this chain off. That off. Oh, it should be easy. All I have to do is just break these off and just take those off. But yeah. Woohoo! Doesn't look like there's much wear and tear on it either. A little bit. The chain still looks extremely well. Nice and clean. But yeah. But I'll show you guys how to take these apart. But I want to get the head off of here, and I only think I'm gonna see one issue so far, and that may be these two. These are the star bolts. I don't know if the set that I just bought goes up that high, so I might have to go buy a socket to take that apart. But other than that, yeah, so as soon as I can get this off, I'll be one happy camper. But yeah, doesn't matter if water gets down into it, it's just going to the scrapyard anyways. And then I got to turn around and, is that metal or is that aluminum? That's metal. That's aluminum. Aluminum. Those bolts right there are metal. But I know I have a size star for that. I just don't think I have it for that big one. And I know I have one for this to take those out. But yeah. And I picked that up at the dump. Don't know if it's any good, but I needed one. So I asked the guy that was at the gate, and I was like, hey, do you know if that tank's any good? And he goes, I don't know. I was like, I know, because there has to be a date code on it or something. Has to be up to specs before they'll be able to take it. But I do know it's holding, because it is holding. So yeah, I figured I'd pick that up and see if I was just looking at propane tank gauge. I guess as it gets colder, as you're filling it up, it'll change color for a certain amount of time, for at least 30 seconds. That's what it says right there. Gauge will hold color change for approximately 30 seconds. And then I guess after that, it's, you know, but I don't know how to tell if this is any good. And the guy said, well, hey, you know, if it's too old and you can't fill it, just bring it back. I was like, okay. So I gotta talk to my friend who works at that gas station and see, well, he told me that it costs about $18 to fill that tank up. So, because I asked him about this tank right here, if they were allowed to fill those up, and he goes, no. he goes, there is a way to go from that to this, but you have to buy the converter. But as far as just them filling this up, he said no. So that's gonna go to the scrapyard. Yeah. So, but yeah, this was the thing. This was the AC unit that I was taking apart yesterday when I noticed that my camera had gone all funky at the very end, just before I rapidly shut it off. So yeah. So it is what it is. So I wonder. See, I don't like how they did this motor. You see those indentations? So it's harder to whack these out. But, you know, did I give you the update on my arm? I don't know if I did or not. Okay, well, I can stretch out my arm. I can lift my arm all the way up above my shoulders. Above my shoulders. I can lift it sideways. But when I use my muscle, it hurts. Still a little bit. But I now have movement in my right arm. So, and this has happened to me once before where I did physically go into the doctor to find out what, and I had pulled a muscle and strained a tendon in my right arm. That's why it was so hard for me to move it up and down. So, yeah, I shouldn't be, hammering on things like I did in that axe and motor fail that I did. So, yeah. And here I am hammering. Let's see here. It's hard to do this and hold the phone. It really is. So, at least you guys will get something to laugh at for a few minutes. I'm just trying to break that. There, let's try this. There. I put it right through. Well, at least I don't have to worry about that center cap anymore. Yeah, so it is what it is. So now, I'm just going to pound it. Let's see. Nope, it didn't even budge. It did not even budge. So, it's the first one I've ever had like that. It must be an older one because they don't do that anymore. Because you see how that is, and this one right here is a newer one. Let me put that over there. Let me grab. See, this is a newer one. They don't do that no more. Oh. So yeah, that must be an older motor. So maybe I can. Any ideas? No? No, I didn't think so. But yeah. Does this one go in there? Yep, that one goes to that. So, uh-huh. Oh, great. Oh, it's not one problem, it's another. But this is a problem that has a solution, a fast solution. Maybe, because I just noticed that this doesn't have like a little end for it to click into. So, yeah. Let me guess, you guys are telling me to put the camera down. Okay, so there. I just hope I don't lose that. Come on. I'm trying. Can you guys see? It's not even spinning. I think this is broken. I think that's why they threw it out. Okay, that was a bad idea. Oh well. Yeah, it's broke. So that goes in the trash. So now I gotta figure out what to do. Well, I guess I'm holding off on that. And I guess I'm holding off on this. Yeah. Don't you just love my life? I should have named the scrapper that couldn't. That's what I should be called. The scrapper that couldn't. I mean, I have one issue after another. I gotta get rid of that. I was going to use that metal on what is called a gravity feed hammer, but my brother, who passed away at the beginning of 2023, was the one that was building it for me. So that is something that's never going to happen. So it's going to go to the either the scrapyard if I don't get rid of it before I get the other truck. You know, it's always something. You know, and I know I'm not the only person that has issues and problems. But why does everybody have to be the way they are? You know, I watch YouTube videos all the time. You know, usually in the little shorts. I forget his YouTube channel name, but it's an African American guy and his Doberman. I always like watching those two. You know, just the look on the dog's face. You know, he'll bark at him, and the dog will just like look at him. And, you know, if you're like me, you know, you kind of look at the dog and you go, you just did not do that. You know. But then you see these other YouTube channels that they put things they make tools, and then there's another YouTube channel. I think it's one guy who follows people that adopt wild animals or as cubs and as little pups, and then they take them home and they grow up, and you know, that stuff always brings a tear to my eye. But I'm also a sorry sap too. And an asshole. Trust me, you heard it here first. I tell everybody that when I first meet them. Hey, don't mind. I'm an asshole. If I don't pick on you, it means I don't like you. Now, there is an exception to that rule. I pick on Democrats all the time, and no, I don't like them. Oh. Every party has its flaws. You know. Everybody nowadays is about greed. Greed. I want to take this from you. I want to take that from you. Oh. But in the end, they're the ones that are going to pay the ultimate price. You know. I mean, what is one of God's laws? Thou shalt not steal. Overcharging people for a product is considered stealing. It's called price gouging. That's theft. And God's law says, thou shalt not steal. Yeah. I guess everybody's going to wind up in purgatory. Let the hauntings begin. Oh well. You know. But you are allowed to live your life the way you want it. You know. I follow God's law. I do not steal. I do not rip off people. I'm a very honest person when it comes to selling things. I usually give everybody 24 hours uh, to make sure that they're happy with it. But then once that 24 hours is up, no return policy. You know, that's just the way I am. Because I don't want somebody to use it and all of a sudden it just. Got to understand that a lot of things that I sell is used. So there's no guarantee that it'll last a week, but I also don't charge an arm and a leg for things. Yeah, I put them stuff up at a higher price than normal. That's because there's a lot of people on there that will lowball you. You know, I mean, those 4 tires that are in my storage unit, you know, I put them up with $250. $250 with tires that are holding air, great for putting underneath the project truck to take your good tires off, so they don't get dry rotted and everything. You know, $250 for all 4 and the tires and they're holding air. It's a good deal. As going through the tires and seeing, yeah, there's a lot of nails in it, but still it's holding air. But if you need 4 set of tires that'll keep the truck off the ground, you know, it's perfect. I mean, unless you want to go to the store and spend $900. I mean, let's take this rim for exact reference. This rim right here, a dub rim. That rim right there goes for $1,200 just for one rim. Just for one rim. For all 4 or 5, depending on how many you want to get, that could be $4,000 or $5,000 just in rims alone. Then you got to put tires on them. I mean, we don't even get that price when we turn it back in so it can be made into something else. And usually what they do is like that rim, it will go to the refinery and it will be put in with the other rims, which then they'll melt down, and then those that were melted down are cubed up or whatever to go become another rim. It is what it is. But yeah, I learned that the other day. They usually, whatever it is, it usually comes back as that. Sometimes it doesn't, so. But, you know, it is. It is what it is. I think that's my new saying. It is what it is. Because it is. But, yeah, so I'm just gonna be doing odds and things today. Right now, I have to sit down because my back is starting to hurt. Uh, yeah, my medical is all messed up. Well, I have to sit until my back relaxes and then I can get back up. I'm not supposed to walk too far. Uh, I don't walk, a mile. I think the furthest I walk is from my house to the mailbox. You know. And then, little short little jaunts like that. I don't go walking around the neighborhood. 2 years ago, when I was walking my nephew up and down the alley before my back started really hurting, I could do it, but when I got back to the house, I was just tuckered, So, yeah. It is what it is. So, And plus, I'm smoking a cigarette, which calms my nerves down. It, you know, I don't know why I'm tired. I slept 8.5 hours. So, yeah. But I'm just going to be goofing off today. I shouldn't have picked up that hammer just a little while ago. Because when I set it down, I had a sharp pain go through the muscle. I really need that other truck. I need to downsize from storage units to something that's more affordable. So yeah. Just don't know what I'm going to do yet. But like I said, cigarettes help me to calm down the stress level because my brain's hurting because I've been thinking a lot. And so I hope everybody else is having a good day. Are you? I got that from storage clean out. In fact, I get a lot of my tools from storage cleanouts. That screwdriver right there. It's broke because I accidentally dropped it. So once it gets tore up more, I'll break off the hammer and use it as a chisel. Or a punch for taking my valves apart. But yeah. I'm almost done with my cigarette, so I usually sit down for as long as it takes me to smoke a cigarette, and then I'll stand back up, so this way I'm not sitting too long, I'm not standing too long, not walking too long. My days of working an 8-hour shift ain't gonna happen anymore. Who knows if my back gets any worse, I might not be walking anymore, but I might be in a wheelchair. Who knows? But I have what is called I forgot what it's called, degression of the spine, my disc disorder, and that's what's causing my pain. Which on March 4th I have to go in for an MRI and X-ray to see if it is actually getting any worse. So, yeah. In there. So, yeah. I don't know how to get that out. I might have to bang on it to see if I can dent it. But who knows? Because it's only a thin piece of metal that goes across that. in there. So I might be able to get something up in there to bend it so I can get something on this side and pry it off. Who knows? Did I tell you I'm not a mechanic? But I got one off. Look at that. Yep. Back to working with. So I got one off. Nah, when I get both hands, I'll just go and get a screwdriver and just pry them off. Because this is my day to screw around and relax and wonder how the hell I'm going to get rid of all this stuff. Oh, did I say I need that other truck? There's my boards. I gotta sort those, but I can't start sorting this until I get trash cans. And once I get this cleaned out, then I'll get the big 55-gallon trash cans and roll them in. And then when I come here, I'll just have to roll them outside. But I also need to get rid of this thing too. That new tool that my friend suggested, I think I'm going to try it and cut up, over, down, take the piece off, and then just cut them into small squares and then just take them in like that. But of course, I need the other truck. So, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to call this a video. It's already 42 minutes long, and it's my longest video. Ooh, look at that brass. Those are brass. Yep. If you don't know where you get these come from the water heaters. I take these apart too. I take everything apart. You know. But like I said, when I finally am able to take all this stuff and, take it to the scrapyard after I get it taken apart, it's going to be one hell of a payday. I can tell you that right now. But until then, I got to find other means of making money. Because I'm a stacker. I'm not like Scrap Kingdom, where he drives around and puts wear and tear on his vehicles and wastes gas. I pick up my stuff from my shops, take it apart, stockpile it until I get a lot of it, and then I take it in. Because to me, it's not about the hours. Money does not equal hours. If I wanted that kind of, I'd get off my lazy ass and go get a job. Mine is about pounds. Pounds is what pays me, not driving around. And that's the big difference between my channel and, say, Scrap Kingdoms and Scrap and Pallet Man. And then there's a couple others. You know, yeah, so that's the big difference. But I'm starting to see more and more people start taking it apart. Uh, I mean, Oki, the gentleman that just put a shout out on his videos not too long ago, telling people that my channel was open. He stockpiles things too. You know, he just doesn't pick it up and take it to the scrapyard. He takes it home. He takes things apart. He does videos like mine. Uh, and there's things that, you know, when I watch his videos that, you know, I would have never thought of. Uh, but, you know, everybody scraps differently. Uh, it all depends on their situation, too. The amount of time that they got. Uh, you know, there's a whole bunch of things that come into consideration, but at the end of the day, we basically all do the same stuff. We keep the stuff out of the landfill, uh, and we recycle, and so this way, things that we pick up and keep out of the landfill can actually be something else that makes somebody happy. But yeah, but yeah, I don't know why I'm yawning all of a sudden. But it is what it is. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to call this video. The last, 15 minutes has just been about me yapping. And I know you guys didn't watch my videos for that. Yeah. So, but as I always say, well, I don't think I've said it on this channel, but I think I'm going to start. Maybe. Should I or shouldn't I? Yeah, I'll start saying it. Scrap it right, and make that money. And I will all see you in the next video. Well, you'll see me, but I won't see you. But I hope God also blesses every single one of you. And thank you to all my new subscribers. I got 2 more. Slowly getting up there, but I'm nowhere near Scrap Kingdom and Oki and Scrap and Pallet Man, and yeah, just nowhere near those guys, you know. So I will see you in the next video. Peace. Later, Gators.